Okay, hello. Of course, the European Union cannot determine the form of government in Syria. The EU is far too weak for that, and major powers like the US have a dominant position. However, the EU can work toward ensuring that there is a fair participation for all groups and ethnics in Syria, and thus prevent Syria from breaking apart. Germany must take a leading role here, as the EU is too divided. Partly we have a big influence by the Russian regime. Okay. Germany has a great interest in a stable and secure Syria due to the domestic internal political problems. The large number of Syrian refugees has polarized German politics, and right-wing extremist forces and parties have seen a strong increase. Former Chancellor Angela Merkel once said, "We can do it." But today it is clear that we cannot. Thank you. These are fine words, but the Kurds are threatened from two sides. On the one hand, I do consider HTS, formerly al-Nusra, to be a serious partner, as we have already seen from the greetings of the German foreign minister. They refused to shake hands with Mrs. Baerbock. Women's rights do not matter to this group. Jinjian Azadi is everything that this group hates and fights against. And in the north is Turkish President Erdogan, who does not want to see independent Kurds. He attacks the democratic forces in Rojava with his jihadists of the SNA, and it's a great danger to the security of Kurds. How can Germany provide security guarantee when both HTS and Erdogan disrespect Germany? In the end, we are more likely to see a second Munich agreement, which will soon be broken. The price will then be paid by the Kurds. To support the Kurdish interests, it's not easy because Germany in the last 10 years never supported Kurdish interests. Now they are supporting the de facto regime in Damascus. And Germany has to talk to whoever is in power. However, it should be clear that Damascus was not liberated by the HTS, but by the Druze and secular forces from the south. Germany must also finally recognize the SDF in the north and the northeast in Syria has established close they have to establish close political contacts with them. For the last 10 years, this has been never been happened, and not even humanitarian aid has been provided. There is a lot to make up for, but I doubt whatever that will happen because the German Foreign Office is very incompetent when it comes to the Middle East. Some say blindly, and others say they have bad interests. In my opinion, I hope the German government will now support the Kurdish people, but I think not. I think now they are talking. Now they are talking. They have a de facto people in power. It's the HTS, and they have to talk. But we have to be clear. We have to, our interest is not to fundraise a second Taliban regime, and we have the sanctions, and the sanctions they have the reason, and we have to make clear the sanctions will not be stopped when the interest of all people in Syria will be recognized. And the most important thing is the safety of the Kurdish people and of the Christians, of the minorities, of the women. And this has to be the big part of the German foreign policy. And in the same interest like the Kurds, Jinjian Azadi. I hope so. We have to make pressure, but we have also talked to our partners. In Washington, for example, we will see the new President Trump will come. and we have not to make the same faults again. And you see, in Rojava, in north and east Syria, Germany and even the European Union, they have no close connections. In Erbil, in Hawler, they have connections, but it's just the European Union. It's just Germany. It's a little country, and the European Union is very weak in the foreign policy in the world. We have strong countries like the US, like China, like India, and we can do a little bit, but we are not strong enough to solve all the problems in Syria. Syria, they are in a civil war since 15 years. I think we can't stop this trouble, these problems in a month. It's not able. But we have partners in the area, for example, Israel. Because the regime in Damascus, the Assad regime, they break down because of the attacks against Hezbollah. And now we have to stop the terrorist interests of Iran. I hope that all these countries are work together in the interest of the Syrian people. Even the Russian government, even Mr. Putin, because he has also interest because of his harbors in Syria and his connection to the sea. But in my opinion, I hope that the new President Trump will not betray the Kurdish people. This is the main force. It's a main power for freedom and peace. Are the Syrian democratic forces, and even the German government has to understand this. And the German government, the position is for them to stop Mr. Erdogan to attack the Kurdish people in the north and the east.